Welcome back, guys. Today we are going to be doing Snowplow.
Thomas Gets a Snowplow, based on the railway series by the Reverend W. Awdry.
Wow, I'm sure everyone's believing that.
Early one winter morning, Thomas rolled out of his shed to check the weather.
Because is driver going to do that?
It had snowed a little each day all week. It wasn't snowing just then, but the sky was grey and threatening. "Looks like we're going to have to get out your snowplow soon, Thomas," said his driver.
Oh no.
Thomas was a really useful engine, but he did not like wearing a snowplow. "No," he said with a frown. "I'm fine just as I am. Besides, my branch line was clear yesterday. I don't need a snowplow. It's not even snowing."
Note that glare thing is actually in the book. That's not me.
"But Thomas," said his driver, "your snowplow would help you be really useful. Why don't you want to use it?" "Snowplows look silly," Thomas grumbled. "The other engines will laugh at me."
Nope.
His driver looked up at the cloudy sky and back down at Thomas.
Pointless.
"Well, it isn't snowing yet," he said. "Maybe you won't need your snowplow today after all."
Okay. Why did they separate that text? I was like, what was the point of saying that other one?
"But you haven't used it since last winter, and we need to make sure it's still in working order. So, you're going to have to try it on." "All right," Thomas grumbled reluctantly. When he saw the snowplow, Thomas felt like steaming away. He really didn't want to put it on, but he had agreed. So with a few turns of a screw and a few twists of a bolt, Thomas had a snowplow attached to his front. "There now," said his driver. "It fits perfectly." Just then, James and Henry pulled out of the shed and saw Thomas. "Ha! Look, Henry," said James. "Thomas is wearing a snowplow. It looks like a tin can."
Dang.
The two engines chuckled and chortled. "It's not even snowing." "I wouldn't need a snowplow in this weather," Henry said. "I'm big enough to get through plenty of snow without one." Thomas blushed and looked down. "Please take it off," he whispered to his driver. "All right," said his driver kindly.
Dang, poor Thomas.
"But we may need to come back for it," he added, with another nervous glance at the sky. When Thomas started out, there was some snow on the ground, but the tracks were clear. He didn't need a snowplow at all. His first stop was at a small station by an inn. As Thomas was pulling up, it started snowing lightly. The innkeeper hurried out to unload supplies.
Into a single truck.
"Mighty cold winter we're having, Thomas," he said. "I'll need these extra blankets for my guests." Peep, peep, and Thomas was off again. Thomas's next stop was at the general store, where he had a large delivery to make. "Thank you, Thomas," said the owner of the store. With this weather, I can never have enough snow shovels, hats, and mittens.
The narrator's doing such a good job at these different voices.
My customers will be very happy. Thomas smiled, peeped a farewell, and was on his way once more. By the time Thomas made his last stop, it was snowing hard. The trip home was very difficult. The snow was piling up on the tracks, and it was hard to see. Thomas just went steadily on, concentrating on his warm shed and the other engines waiting for him at the end of the line.
It did have a face. I couldn't tell this whole time.
See, Thomas thought, I can do this without a silly snowplow.
Tell it to Terrence.
Finally, Thomas managed to get back to the shed. Percy, James, and Henry were talking about the snow. I've never seen it snow so hard, said Percy. Suddenly, Sir Topham Hatt hurried in. Toby is stuck on his branch line.
His? Toby has a branch line?
We need to go and get him, or he may be out in the snow all night. Henry, you're the biggest engine here, so you will have to do it.
It's gonna say no.
But it's snowing so hard, and it's so cold, said Henry. Sir Topham Hatt gave Henry a stern look. Henry quickly changed his mind and said, But I am faster than Percy, James, or Thomas, and I'm big enough to get through this snow without a snowplow.
I'm sorry for my phone. You tell people you're busy and they just don't care.
So Sir Topham Hatt climbed aboard, and they were off. Thomas's driver looked with concern at the swirling snowstorm. I'm putting on your snowplow, he said. I have a bad feeling about this snow. So, with a few turns of the screw and a few twists of a bolt, Thomas had his snowplow on again. Just then, the engine saw a strange sight.
Poor Henry.
It was hard to tell in the thick snow, but it looked like Henry backing up into the yard. I couldn't make it, Henry steamed as he came closer.
Oh no.
The track was covered in snow. I almost got stuck. I could barely back out. Thomas thought about how the other engines had laughed at his snowplow.
Classic face.
Then he thought about Toby having to stay out in the snow all night. Sir, with my snowplow, I can do it, Thomas said. The snow was deep along the track, but that was no problem for Thomas's snowplow. It was still hard to see, but Thomas went slowly and carefully. Soon, Thomas could tell
He's almost
that what
buried.
looked like a mound of snow on the track ahead of him was actually Toby, buried deep. Peep, peep, Toby, I'm here to help you, called Thomas. Thomas crept past Toby and switched on to the same track. He carefully backed up to Toby. His driver jumped down and hooked them together. Now pull, his driver called.
Dude, even his cab's covered with snow. That's crazy.
Thomas pulled. He pulled as hard as he could. Slowly but surely, Toby began to move.
Also, it's crazy Henry was in this and not Gordon.
And slowly but surely, Thomas pulled Toby through the snowstorm. Thank you, Toby. I would have been out in the cold all night if it weren't for you and your snowplow. I wish a snowplow would fit over my cowcatcher. Sir Topham Hatt smiled and said, Yes, Thomas, you are a really useful engine, and today you are a hero as well. Thomas beamed. For once, he was happy to be wearing his snowplow. No one could see him blushing.
Oh, I disagree. Bam. The cart. Go spend more money. Thomas gets a snowplow. It's audio? Well, there's a puzzle to build. Oh, there's two things. Let's build some puzzles, bro. No, I don't want hard. Not hard. Hello? Bam. Yeah, I want to do the Percy one. Dang. When it shuffled it, it put some pieces together, I think. Yeah. Driver. Tom. And these middle ones. Woohoo! That was difficult. Was Gordon right there? Was that his Gordon appearance? Sure. Yeah, it just automatically puts some of the pieces together. And you're just sitting there like, okay. Gotta see what all the pieces are so I know where they go. It's kind of embarrassing if you messed up a puzzle like this. God. Put his face. I know. I truly am. Amazing. Now we start with the first one. Oh, once the puzzles are done, are they like done? Dang, I only ever did one puzzle, I guess. I think that's the whole game. So, well, actually, hold the phone. There was some coloring. If we go to the puzzle, there is some coloring. I like how it uses CGI, Thomas. Oh. In the coloring, I mean, Henry was in it, so I'll give him that. We'll color Henry. This is the color of Henry, guys. Okay, gotta get that. Yellow 3 right there. There's not a gray, so he's gonna go... white just looks... What is this gray? This is good enough. That's good. Looks wrong white. Bam. That's my Henry, guys. Rate it. Oh, sorry, you're right. I forgot the red, blue stripes, you know. Let's get some red around here. Red running board. Actually is white running board, so get a little bit of white there. Boom. Now, that's a peak Henry, if I do say so myself. I don't think I could have done any better. Anyway, there you guys have it. That is Thomas Gets a Snowplow. A classic reading app book, and they really should make more of these. These are so cool. If we got these today, I'm sure Thomas would be so much more popular. These are such nice little stories. Anyways, bye-bye.